Okay, there's a document made by a player named 149, and it's being shared around with the hashtag FunTFT, and it is a 1 of 8. Do you guys want to read this? We can read this and see what this person says. If you guys don't know, this guy, 149, is a homeless, I'm homeless TFT. He's a challenger player who apparently is 149. This guy, it's 4 feet and 9 inches. And he's ranked 149 challenger. I mean, okay, good branding. This set is so bad that everyone I know that plays competitively has quit competing. Competitively, this set is just a disaster, so I'm just going to rant. Let's play TFT equals let's go to Vegas and put everything on red. Set mechanic, fruits. Set 13 anomalies provided about 35% power increase for 1 unit, and it was not movable, and it was generic. Everyone had the same pool and no hero-specific one. No scaling ones, except for the infested thing. I don't remember what it was called. Infectious anomaly. Riot devs, let's make a new set mechanic, guys. Let's give everyone 2 movable fruits. So making it so scaling fruits can appear on 3/6, where you get your second fruit. So you're sitting there thinking, should I put my fruit on my Virgo and get max Arcana, max speed? Or should I fruit my 0 item Swain 0 so I can lose a silver augment's worth of combat for 1 turn for fun? Okay, so his complaint is about when you get your fruits and the fact that I think there's too much power. Fruit balancing, : So you're telling me I can either get a full red buff and a Rabadons for my 5 item KO, or I could use both my fruits 2/1, miss, and get stuck with double strike, ramping mage, or soul trip. Isn't double strike a good one on KO? I thought it was actually like one of the good ones to play if you miss on over 9,000. So this is the case for like 50% of the use in the game. Karma, sure hope I hit mage, minimum 1 placement swing. Jinx, sure hope I hit gather force, minimum 1 placement swing. Gwen, sure hope I hit fusion dance. Why the fuck is it still bugged? Literally everyone in the game, : sure I hope I hit sky piercer, 2 fucking full items for you. Poppy, sure I hope I hit best defense. Let's build towards it. Miss, KYS, 8th, sure I hope I hit Crimson Veil. Sure hope I hit Colossal. Sure hope I hit Rare Tree and then Efficient. This is getting increasingly hard to read, I'm not going to lie. Sure hope I hit Caretaker or Fairy Tale. Every single 1 to 2 cost unit, sure hope I hit over 9,000. It's a combination of like tone and typos and formatting. Darius, no Fusion Dance 8. I guess he made this before the patch. Yeah, so sure hope I hit Hemopridge. Every single comp in the game, : Socialite. LMAO. He's talking about, I think he's talking about previously on previous patches. LMAO times infinity. Combat Stiart. Maker adjacent hexes units starting combat in those hexes gain 120 HP and 12 damage AMOP. Viflego, sure hop a hit stretch arms. GP, sure hope I hit stretchy arm. GP LMAO. Why can there be a patch where 4 people playing G penis can all top 4 / ? A professional 4v4 team contested themselves in GP and won the game. LMAO. Here, have an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P patch. Sure, we get it right at the end. And the bounce Thrashim in this set is just beyond belief. Yumi was A tier at best. Let's fucking send a drone to nuke her house and everyone she knew. 2-star fucking 4 cost, by the way. : D. 9 lives removed. : basically. Socialite removed. : close parentheses. Fusion Dance removed. : close parentheses. Frost Touch removed. Page 3 of 8. Shadow Clone removed. Stretchy Arm removed. But maybe they need to bounce Thrash since there's literally no one bouncing. Since there's literally no balance in this game. Fishbones minus 1.6. ? Flickerblade TFT. Fishbones TFT. Mana Mazane. Luden's Tempest X D. Snipers Gwen. Range GP / Vego. Silvermere Jace. Bliff Jingting Malzahar Shadow Clone. Killer Instinct Range. Joy emoji. So how come for like 3 patches in a row, the best gold augment in the game for 2-1, 3-2, 4-2 was Portable Forge? GP patch. Rating items, LMFAO. This is a screenshot of, I guess, them playing Mentor GP and 100% top roll rate. Blue Bluff, 15 AD AP. Radiant Blue Buff, 60 AP, 60 AD. Radiant Hodge, minus 1.0 AVP on Vive and Katarina for fun. Treasure Hunt, sir, would you want 1 healing orbs or 3 prismatic augments and 1 gold augment? Destiny augments, Mortdog and PBE. Every challenger player is freaking out right now about this 8 gold and how much it breaks the game and how good it is early. So we can't really go much higher. And to be honest, it's probably already too high of a number, but at least the low rolls will make up for it. So I actually expect, to be honest with you, Prismatic and Gold Destiny to be the Soju Rage Bait augments. Like, somebody else in the lobby will take it and get a high roll, and he'll go on a rant about how they're just up 4 gold and they just win because they press the button. I hate this game. My name is Soju. Like, that's what we're 100% expecting that. And we're purposely baiting him here, so the first time he takes it, guaranteed he gets something dumb like Dumbify or whatever. Like, absolutely. That's the entire point of this augment. We know it. It's a content farm augment. It's hilarious. Enjoy it. Result, probably 1.0x AVP augment into nerf by 50%. My name is Soju and Rage Bait, haha. And it's like the Riot developers have no foresight in anything. Hey, are we gonna buff Wraith and Heavyweight? If only there was a unit with an already good hero augment that we should be wary of. Riot devs, : we want Star Guardians to be playable outside of the vertical. Let's buff the lower end stats of Star Guardian. If only there was an augment that buffed the lower end of Star Guardian that already averaged a 2 in the Rith spots. XDDQ. Protagonist gives 1 full item and the 2-star component and the 1-star. Still S tier augment. 15.5 patch notes. R farming now grants you plus 30 HP. Isekai. That's it. And then there are the bugs. LMAO. I don't think he's laughing very much. Patch 1. Load up. No one can play the game. 50-50. You gain or lose LP. XDDDDD. 2 play days later. Patch flex. Crystal check to check which patch you're on. LMAO. Fruit remover bug. Shadow clone Caitlyn XD. I don't even know if I put this in balance or bug, but blink attack Viego XD. 9 lives, not exclusive with hard bargain XD. 9 lives on 4-2 with beggars. Socialite straight up didn't work for like 2 patches. Not done yet, only needed 6 deaths for like 2 patches. That's true, actually, if you guys didn't know that. It was actually bugged. Fusion Dance gives like 3,000 AP for some reason. It still does. Mech Pilot Executioner XD. Fruit Weight Bug. All Out K Sante in Ghost. Unstoppable in Ghost boards. So why does J Inks have an extra fruit on live as of right now? Does anyone know? Why does Lee Sin lose his trade with Ultra Stance on death? Ramus Pissing XDDDDDD. Patch notes. I'll be taking the arms. I'll be the arms now guarantee the other 2 mech augments. Liar. Lee Sin having 3 trades during the Bronze for Life Mento meta XD. That's very balanced. Callista for half a day. She just killed your entire board. 5 Crystal Gambits, 22 kills, Flicker Blade, or literally nothing. And the Lulu Toggle bug. How can there be 2 Smolders 3s on 4-2? I don't fucking get it. Augmentations, Teamfight Tactics. So you're telling me in Prismatic Party, I don't get offered Gold Augment 2-1. I get invested plus 3-2, or I'm fucking 8th. So you're telling me on my 4-2 Prismatic playing Ashes, Hold the Line, Blazing Soul, Tomb Raider, Bronze for Life, Coordination, Sponging, Water Lotus, Max Cap, Trifecta, 1 buff, 2 buff. I build anti-healing. Final Ascension, Unlimited Power, Belt Overflow, Sword Overflow, Invested plus. And then 2-1 Gold Augments, LMAO. A Satri of 7 Warpath. Another one. Dazzling Display, YKW. Never mind. Every trait augment, Evil Beyond Measure, Pilfer. Blood Rage. Pumping up gives 8 upfront, equals 31 by the end of stage 5. While my opponent is choosing between Tiny Team Keepers and Worth the Wait and Gold Destiny and Portable Forge and Shen Hero. Can we just add more gold augmentations on 2-1, please, Riot Games? I don't think Riot Games is going to listen to you very much with some of the stuff that's been going on so far. Oh, we're still not done. We still have 2 more pages. Diamond Hands. You can't Evbin live until 4-7, even with Titanic 2-1. Liek, why Wajai is this sit in an HTE game? In the game for 3 patches BT dubs. Don't even get me started on hero augmentations. Flexibility, teamfight tactics. 5 Battle Academia, 4 Prodigy Yumi. What's this? A Zyra 2 on roll down? So fucking lucky. I'm selling that shit instantly. 4 Mentors. So flexible, guys. I can flex between Akali, 1 cost unit, or Volibear 2, or Lee on 8, or Yone on 8. So fucking lucky. Soul Fighter, Soul Fighter. Sork. I can flex between a Rise 1, or in the front line, or a Cassante 2 if I get lucky with my roll down. So fucking lucky, or Braum on 8. Duelist Ashe, Cookie Cutter board. To be fair, Star Guardians this patch is actually flexible, but I'm sure this is the only glimpse of flexibility we've seen this set so far. Introduce TPC this set, then proceed to make the worst competitive set known to man. Good one, R games. I definitely miss shit. Liex, shop bugged, 100% real. Trash can matchmaking and shit. But I'm not spending another minute on TFT this set, so I'm out. I'm sure Hope Paris' set is going to be better than this piece of shit. You know what's crazy, man? This guy literally announced that he's just taking a break for TFT for 1 month. Guess what? The new set launches in 6 weeks. That'll show him. I quit for 6 weeks. You better fix it, Riot. All right, so let's start from the very top. Let's start from the very top. There's a lot to take in. My first initial reaction is that I think a lot of the complaints, I have played this set, so I know about everything he's talking about. Fruit balancing, bugs, the power gap, lack of flexibility, all the different like random knowledge checks. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about it a few times, right? That the augment balance discrepancy has been really high, and we're not even at that point. One telltale sign that the game is actually in a good spot is when people start complaining about the augment gaps. We haven't even gotten there because we can't even get past, like, I think the first checkpoint of balance, which is just like making sure that a lot of this stuff isn't just like insanely overtuned or undertuned. So I feel a lot of that, and I don't even think that there's many. Is there anything like really wrong about what in terms when I say wrong, I mean is or a lot of the explanation of like what things don't work and why there's a lot of problems with the sets, are they incorrect? I would say no. I would say that if I were to like nitpick, right, I would say that this is like a pretty big exaggeration, but the sentiment is there. Like there's basically 1 to 2 good fruits on every champion. If you miss it, you're in really big trouble, right? And then I don't know if I like disagree that like I think the mechanic has problems. There's like a lot of problems. I mean, okay, so we can get past that. And there's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of problems with the set. I mean, the RAM is pissing sounds. I guess that doesn't like tick me off that much, but it might. And I think that Riot has a lot of quality assurance that they need to make up, because I think that one of the things about TFT that in general people love is that there's a lot of content. I need to zoom out. So basically, the current dynamic in TFT that exists is that there are 2 camps of players. There's 2 camps of players. Let me see if I can like get a pen out here. So basically, there are 2 camps of players that play TFT. There's a camp of player that enjoys the game, and I think most people know this, right? I'm basically about to describe casual versus hardcore. There's a camp of players in TFT. Yeah, I mean, you don't need me to draw this, but some of you guys have attention spans of a goldfish swimming in Ramus piss, so I need to draw this out for you. So the casual players, they play something like 30 games the entirety of the set. Okay, this is casuals. The difficulty of this is that these casuals actually are a huge portion of TFT. They're a huge portion of TFT. They play like 30 games. And then you have the hardcore. Wow, why did the font change so dramatically? You have the hardcore audience. And they play 30 games a day. And I don't know, okay, they don't play 30 games a day, but they play like 15 to 20 a day. And the difficulty is that these people also matter. 30 games a day. I mean, some of them have literally. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just click on this. Let's just go ahead and look at this person's profile. 149 CM. Okay, 760 games. 760 games. And for reference, how many days did the set bet out? When did Set 15 KO Coliseum release? It released on July 30th, right? How many days has passed since July 30th? 57 days. So let's go ahead and do the math. He's 760 divided by 57. This guy plays on average 13 games a day. Let's just say that each of these, let's just be very, very generous and say he goes 8th every single game and he immediately queues it up and finds another game. Let's just say 30 minutes. 400 minutes divided by 60. This guy's playing on average 6 to 7 hours a day without fail. Literally, and I'm not even exaggerating, full-time job status. This guy plays full-time job status in TFT. And I think you guys know where I'm going with this, which is the experience and gap between these players is so sharp. And this is not to excuse a lot of it, but it's such, like, most people think it's one or the other, but the gap between these players is huge. Let me pull up my wife's profile. My wife has played 15 games of TFT this set, and she loves TFT. She spent money on chibis. She considers herself a TFT fan. She's played 15. She averages a 5.0. We can work on that, babe, but top 4 rate, pretty good. Not bad. She played 15 games of TFT this set, and she considers herself a TFT fan. And you know what? Riot cares about both of these players. Sorry to expose your profile, Taylor, but I mean, she's just having fun, right? She just plays 15 games, and she plays Star Guardian. She queues up. She plays Star Guardians or Sorks every game. She plays 1 or 2, and she's out. And the reason why I bring this up is because this group right here is so important to Riot, because ultimately, if you only appeal to casuals, the game, you just basically kill this, right? You kill this group over time because they just realize there's no depth. But the novelty of TFT and the complexity of the game scales up to try to make them happy. Because these guys, they keep saying this one word that is really scary to Riot. They don't care about any words here. They don't care about this. They don't care about this. They don't care about this. You know what? The one word that Riot is scared more than anything, it's not even written on here. It's not even written on here. The number one most important word in this document is not even here. I'm going to go ahead and search it. It's boring. There's no word that describes boring. And that is the most important thing for a game developer, because if TFT becomes boring, the game dies. And that is actually the biggest part of a lot of what has made some certain sets objectively good and bad, because some sets, the when it becomes boring, the game dies, especially for the hardcore player base. And so the reason why I bring that up is because why is Riot putting themselves in such a difficult spot mechanically? They have the difficult thing about Fruits is that they are by far the most complex system they've ever made. They have literally set mechanics from 1 to 14, all worked up into here. The reason why the fruit mechanic is crazy is because literally they put every small iteration of previous set mechanics into this set, 100%. Why is it so difficult? Is because they literally decided to make this like sort of like an all stars everything. Like you just go, we can go through everything. Like the elemental hexes from set 2, that's in. Obviously, rating knives or anything like that from set 5. Colossal is a set 7 mechanic. We have power ups also basically function as hero augments from like set 8, right? We have like all these different things that they like ever have included. And I guess maybe they don't have directly chosen, but even then there's still elements of that like kind of put in with like the +1 trait, right? Chosen gives you +1 trait, drift duo, veteran, all these different things that give you +1 trait to have deactivated and been buggy. They're doing it because they want the game to feel like it has this, because the whole point of TFT is it has this idea that has infinite replayability, right? It has like a bunch of never-ending content. Every time you queue up, it could be like this world of possibilities. There's not even an English word that I know that can summarize the number of zeros of possibilities in a TFT game, right? So I think like I think it's something silly like if I wrote it out, I think it's something like 32 zeros. It's like 1, 2, 3, right? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, right? Like, I'm telling you, when there's these many possibilities of TFT on a screen, I'm not exaggerating. That is how many variables that go into TFT. It is unfathomable. I don't even know the English. I don't even know if there is a word for that. But the reason why it becomes difficult is because everyone feels like because they play, they know what's about to happen, right? This hardcore audience I just described, they feel like the game is basically in a solved state. They feel like the game is not fun to play because they see an artifact, they see an augment, they see a composition, and they have the thing. But the TFT devs, what they're struggling with right now is that more does not equal good, right? And I think this is something that I think they have to kind of figure out. But more options does not necessarily mean good. And I hope that there's one lesson that they can drive home is that one of the things about fruits is that there's so many options, but all of them are not that good. In fact, a lot of them are really bad with fruits. And I have a point with this. But like, let's go to like Ezreal. Okay, Ezreal's not an actual care. Let's go with like care that's actually like actually play. Let's go with like Jinx. Jinx has like a lot of these, a lot of fruits, but the reality is she only really wants like 2 fruits. But the fact that you can get this is supposed to be like, well, you know, think about all the possibilities and all the different things. But in a game of TFT where you try to fight against variants, what this ends up creating is a pattern of like how many times does it take for you to hit, and more specifically, what are the good ones versus there's a lot of trash options. And so you kind of create a lot of dynamics where people just intentionally move the game to a point where it feels like the game feels solved because it's pretty much about whether or not you hit these fruits, yay or nay, right? And I think that's one of the big pain points. But that also translates, in my opinion, to everything about the game, right? Because that's not just fruits, but it's also the way they kind of bring all these different mechanics together that introduce so much bloat to the game. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like, I think about like card games that have eternal formats. This actually feels like eternal format is like in Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or in Hearthstone. Usually you have like 3 sets, 6 sets, whatever, X sets that you can play of the past like year and a half. But there's also an eternal format where you literally can have like every set possible ever designed, and you can have like 100 expansions and sets in the game. And that actually ends up creating a completely different dynamic of like what the game actually feels like. And in limited formats, because TFT is ultimately a limited game, it kind of creates a pattern where like basically only the best things can actually work, and you have a lot of trash. And I feel like that's kind of where we're at right now. I feel like there's just so much bloat to the game itself that it's actively just becoming, can you sift through the hundreds and if not thousands of knowledge bits to like search like the 5 things that are the most powerful and just play those 5 things. But one of the beauties of limited formats, and the reason why I call limited formats, because again, TFT is a drafting game, is that you have to oftentimes make do with the second best thing, the third best thing. Like, okay, sure, these are bad options, but can I figure out a way to do something with the second best thing or the third best thing or the fourth best thing? And I don't feel like that really exists right now in TFT. It's pretty much, can I just keep playing the best thing and keep manipulating myself? And because of the way incentives, player decisions is funneled, the way player decisions are funneled into like that, it incentivizes players to aim for that, because TFT is a competitive game. It's not just like a explore and have fun game. It's like you have to top 4 to have fun in TFT. It creates bad feelings, and that's what spawns this document. Now, that being said, I think I just basically spent like 15 minutes talking and validating this guy's opinions. This document is like one of the worst ways to communicate frustrations. And I think it's part of it is because he made it public, and he's trying to raise issues. And like, I think it's helpful that he rose issues in general, but no one wants to read this, man. Not only is it pretty much unintelligible, like this is like, it's just like, how would you, if someone wrote an 8-page document like this talking about all your failures, you would be much like, maybe some people would be like, that's the way I prefer to be communicated to. But most functioning human beings that care and love about the things that they do don't want to be spoken to in this way. This is completely unproductive. And I have to just say that people who talk and type like this, you're not going to be taken seriously. You're not going to be taken seriously. This is a really good, like this, for example, like I know that obviously he's trying to like speak to Mortdog about like quoting it, but This type of conversation is why we lose communication with devs and why we don't talk to them. And part of it is like, okay, well, sure, maybe Mort shouldn't be so condescending and talk down to like the soju thing. But it goes both ways. There's a lot of mutual disrespect going on here, and that's not helpful. Like, sure, Mort probably shouldn't talk like this if he's saying like, oh, my name is Soju, blah, 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 right? Like, he's like mocking it. But he's doing that because, one, he knows Soju, and he knows Soju can take that, and it's back and forth. But like Soju does the exact same thing, and basically, like, it's not like this one-way thing where we can basically spew toxicity back at, because we're not going to be taken seriously. We're not going to be taken seriously. And the one thing that I would hate to happen is that this just becomes the norm, because I think what people are going to do is they're going to read this document. They think it's hilarious. And then the next time set 16 problems happen, because by the way, problems will come next set and every set moving forward. No game on the no live service game on the planet doesn't have somebody who can write a document about the state of their game ever. Period. There's not a single game on the planet that there's not a player base that's willing to drop a document about this, about the state of their game. Any multiplayer game, Dota, League, Counter-Strike, Apex Legends, Rocket League, like whatever, like that's a competitive multiplayer game, right? Every game on the planet will have players willing to drop a document like this. If this becomes the norm, I'm gonna start shitting on you. I'm gonna start shitting on you and making fun of you and talking about you the way you talk to others. Because why should we take you seriously when you treat other people's like terribly? And I mean, it's like, well, it's for the content, XD. No, man, let's grow up and let's actually have a productive conversation. Like, if your goal is to just be as destructive as possible, nothing's going to get done. And I'm pretty sure the reason, and I'm pretty sure if you can simmer down and tone down the temperature, or turn down the temperature, you would realize, when I say you, I mean the royal, you're not like talking to this person, that this comes from a place of like deep passion and love for the game. He didn't even say he quit TFT. He actually had to even saw the audacity to say, I quit TFT this set, right? Paris better be better. Like, he's like, I'll see you in 5 to 6 weeks. Like, it's actually crazy, man. He didn't even quit the game. It's all coming from like a place of passion and love, but like, that's just not how you do it, man. That's not how you do it. And why should Mort talk to us? Why should the devs respond to this? Why should they? It's just frankly insulting. Right? It's just frankly insulting. I'm like reading this over and over. It's like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting older. And like a part of it, okay, so people say like, what about this versus what Soju's rant is? It's like a little bit different. It's a little bit different. But it's also not too different either. You know, I think that like the frustrations of these players who play, and I'm not talking, I think literally a full-time job for free. First of all, it is Soju's full-time job, but some of these people, it is not their full-time job, but they make it their full-time job. And I mean, you can also understand why. This guy just lost like 300 LP and demoted from Challenger, and had tilted off the face of the planet. You know what the really sad thing is about having nice things is that it's really easy to lose them. It's really easy to lose them. And I think TFT has a really nice thing going. I think we have great devs who communicate. We have Discord servers where we join and hang out with them. They talk about stuff with us on Twitter, right? Like Tim stepped out from the dev stuff to list out all this stuff, and he like explains intent, and that doesn't excuse, I think, quite frankly, bad quality assurance. I think QA was the really big pain point this set. I think that's actually been pretty disappointing, like extreme disappointing for me personally. I think the game just doesn't function. But the really sad thing about nice things is that it's super easy to lose and it's really hard to get back. Really hard to get back. And what I don't want for us to do is lose a good thing. And I think that if we do, TFT is much worse for it. So just cut this shit out, man. I don't care if you're like 19 or 20 and you're a teenager and you're just hormonal and you're horny and alone and GM. Like, it's okay, man. You'll make it. We all will.